Welcome back to the latest installment, part 8 of my US tour. Now last week, I left you at the Hoover Dam. So I said goodbye to Ricky, and now I'm really just heading out by myself across America. This is a little bit scary, I must admit. You know, the other side of the world and all that. I had no idea what to expect. And I bit off way more than I could chew on this leg. So I was hoping to get from, in one day, Las Vegas up to Cortez in Colorado. So right across, some of Nevada, Arizona, and into Colorado. It didn't happen.
What?
So as you can see here, I set off and started on a journey leaving the Hoover Dam. Now it is bloody hot. We're in the desert, right? It's hot. I can't stress that enough. I've said it that many times. I'm on this big bike which has got no airflow. Even with those flaps and all that, vents opened up, it just, hot engine, hot road, hot air. So anyway, I'm coming along and then this happens. Yep, the strap, I looped around, tied off, looped around again, tied off and all that, somehow came right undone. That was holding my bag on the back of the bike. And I'd done the stupid thing, and I parked under an overpass, a little bit of a bridge. I know you shouldn't do it, but it was that bloody hot. I was just like, I need to do this in shade. I need to cool off for 2 seconds. I tried to pull over a fair bit, get it sorted, have some water before I could actually get going again. Now, it just all went downhill from there. Set off, and then I have not got any more footage for you apart from a little bit you'll see in a sec. But I come across with my GPS on the phone saying there was a car crash or something up ahead. And the delay was going to be about 45 minutes, give or take, So the GPS, before I even realise this, it goes rerouting. It's found another route. I'm like, okay, fair enough. So I've gone off on this other route. Now I'm about going down this road. I'm almost 20 minutes just riding down this road, this dead straight road, got no idea what's going on. I'm like, nah, where the hell am I going? This just does not seem right. So I pull over, I check the GPS. It is basically telling me to go down for another, 25 minutes, 30 minutes down this road. And then do a U-turn and go back up.
What the hell?
So I did a U-turn right then and there and went back up. Now, I'm out about 45 minutes again anyway, and I've still got to go back up and face 4 lanes of just traffic. Bumper to bumper. And I don't know if you're allowed a lane split, filter, whatever you want to call it over there. I figured, look, that's miles ahead. If there's cops or anything, they're going to be miles ahead there. I'm on a little bike. Not little, but I'm on a bike. I'm going to zigzag in between these, 18-wheelers and pickup trucks and that and try my luck. And it worked. I managed to save some time, get through, compared to like the guys in the cars and trucks and all that back. And I must admit, the majority, they actually tried to pull aside where they could. I tried to be known. I was trying to make sure I can get eye contact, any mirrors. I wasn't trying to zoom past or anything. And the consensus was like 90% of the motorists were actually moving a little bit aside so I could get through. So hats off to you. It's like the respect for the bikers over there is much more than what we would get over here. You just wouldn't really see that too much. They'll just be like, nah. So I got through it all. I got through that, and then I'm on the open road. I'm in Arizona, and all of a sudden...
Yeah, that's right. I found none other than Route 66.
We're going from this really hot desert heat to the temperature just dropping. I was like, okay, this is nice. And I really wanted to go try and check out the Grand Canyon while I'm there. Why not? But then I realised it's going to be about 2 hours or so out of my way to go check it out. And then another 2 hours back to get onto the road to go to the same point to keep going. And I'm already way behind time. Because we spent an hour and a half at Lake Mead and then the Hoover Dam because we were just that hot. We set off late. It's getting late in the afternoon, so I just continue going on. But that's when I really fell in love with the landscape that Arizona had to offer. You see this stuff behind me, and there's even more so. And when it comes down to the sun's going down, the sun's setting, it was just remarkable. I just couldn't get over it. It was unbelievable. If you haven't witnessed it, do it. I'll show you a little bit of footage because I couldn't get over it. I had to grab my phone. It's in the crappy portrait, but check it out. Shortly after this, I had to, pull over, get the bloody flanny on and all this because it started to get pretty chilly. I could feel like it was starting, I guess, go up a bit in elevation too. And then, half an hour later, it starts to rain. Now, I've got no wet weather gear. My helmet is certainly not set up for wet weather. I'm wearing shoes. I'm wearing some Vans, and that's it. So I'm getting wet, going through these mountains, it was just like, Finally, 9:30 p.m. comes along. I'm still in Arizona. I pull over to this gas station, fill up, grab some energy drinks because I'm in beaten. We've gone through the desert. We've gone through that sun. We're just, Lake Mead, Hoover Dam. We were boiling. We were melting. And I come through rain. It was just pouring down. I'm just wiping the shield. And I spoke to a gentleman there, and he asked me where I was heading. I said, oh, I'm trying to get to Cortez in Colorado. He's like, oh, that's about 2 hours away. I'm like, what? Still another 2 hours? This is at 9:30 at night. It's dark. It's raining, wet, and all that. And then he tells me that it's, open range. There's could be cattle or whatever just wandering around across the roads with no lighting along the way. So I went, what else do I do? I jumped on the bike. I headed off. It starts to come down there. I could feel we're going up and up and up in elevation. There was fog, mist, this big shield that this Goldwing's got. I'm trying to peer through, look through, and the rain was hitting hard. I could hardly see. I'm going off of taillights in front. I could hardly see where the road was. I'm just going off the taillights. Luckily, there's probably about 6 or 7 cars ahead, and I'm just trying to follow through. And we get to this point where one of the cars up ahead, you can see they weren't very comfortable in driving in the rain, and they try to pull aside and all that, let me through. And I was like, mate, I was looking at your taillights. That's how I was getting through. Anyway, about an hour passes through just this drenched. I'm soaked. And I finally get to this town called Kayenta. And so I pull in, and I'm just like, thank God it's actual town. I'm going through, I'm trying to have a look. I'm like, I am exhausted. This today has just taken it out on me. Like, we set off about 11:30 from Vegas. And then, I've had to do some stops and all that. So I wasn't riding all day, but then it was just, this drama and that drama. And then from heat to cold, soaking wet, I'm stopped by this motel I could find, and I'm trying to look around. No one's around. I Googled them, tried to ring them, nothing. So I'm trying to see what is around, what's available. And I wasn't having much luck. I thought I had to, maybe call into a cop shop or something. Eventually I saw on the main stretch, I just went back to the Hampton Hilton. 11 o'clock at night. I've gone, pulled in. No one's around. I managed to get through the main foyer. And I'm like, at this point, I'm ready just to sleep on the couch they've got in the bloody just right there. All of a sudden, one of the ladies comes out from out the back. $213 US later, I managed to get a room for the night at 11 PM. And it was probably a bit of a godsend, to be honest. Because then I was able to do stuff the next day, which you'll see in the next video. Which I probably wouldn't have got the chance to do if that didn't happen. So, in one way, it's probably good. But I did have a lot cheaper accommodation booked in Cortez, Colorado, that I just could not make it. I was still another hour and a half, 80 miles or so away, and I was beat. I was just done. I was done for that day. So we called it a night, and I had a great breakfast that next morning. It really did me well. So I'll leave it there anyway for this week. Hopefully a nice, shorter one. And then next week is when it gets real fun. And you'll see why. I get to meet up with a good mate, and we had some fun. So stay tuned. If you haven't done already, hit that like, subscribe, and keep an eye out, because it's only just getting really good now. Meeting up with some more vloggers. I'll see you next time. Cheers.